Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Adkins, first of all, I'm going to give you an opportunity to actually answer the questions and correct perhaps some of the accusations that have been made here, particularly with regard to the president. But let me just start out with something that just in looking back over your work here, you made it very clear that what you wanted to do in coming back in was to reverse the trend of the number of companies that were available for small investors to be able to get in and invest in. In fact, you indicated that there were more than 7,000 companies listed on the U.S. stock exchange back in the 1990s, from small cap innovators to giants of the industry. And yet by the time that you've returned as chairman or earlier this year, that number had fallen by roughly 40%, meaning that small investors had fewer places to go to actually enjoy and create their own American dream. So I come to this from a little different attitude, that I think what you're trying to do is to create an atmosphere in which small companies can grow and thrive, and not simply be the ones that are managed by private equity programs. Based upon that, it seems as though you're trying to bring companies back in. Part of it has to do with enforcement and the philosophy of the appropriate way to enforce rules and regulations that the SEC is responsible for number one, creating and then enforcing and having oversight on. Can you talk a little bit about your philosophy? Because I think that's critical at this point to give you that opportunity.
Okay, well, thank you, Senator Rounds. Yes, so I firmly believe that the law is the law, and that regardless of the parties involved, and that we have a duty to do to, as Senator Warren said, to the investing public to police our markets, and I take that extremely seriously. And so some of these cases that were dropped happened before I arrived, so between Inauguration Day and the time I arrived.
Say that again. Some of the cases that you were just accused of getting involved with had been dropped before you arrived.
Yes, by after inauguration, and in an effort by then Commissioner Ueda and Chairman Ueda and Commissioner Peirce to withdraw from things that they viewed as regulation through enforcement. And so these are mostly registration issues under Section 5 of the Securities Act, and that was a regulation through enforcement where in the past the SEC just said, come in, there's an easy thing to do. Just fill out an S1. It's on our website. Fill it in and talk to us about it. But there was no effort to accommodate the new technologies and these new products that were just inapposite to the forms, and I would argue were not securities in the first place. So that is a changed attitude from the SEC, and that accounts for most of those cases that were dropped. So 7 of the crypto litigation dismissals of the 9 that were dismissed were because of those registration issues. And so under the Trump administration here, since the beginning of the administration a year ago, the SEC has brought about 5 crypto asset-related cases. So I don't have the exact number here in front of me, but it's around that.
Are those ongoing?
Those are ongoing, right. So anyway, so we are active in this area. Fraud is fraud, whether it be in the crypto area or not. So I don't know where these other stats come from, but I take exception to them.
Thank you. I want to move back into an area that I think is really important, and that is the development of artificial intelligence and its use. Under the Biden administration, we saw securities regulation used to achieve some political and social objectives, often at the expense of investors and small businesses. I want to thank you for your commitment to returning the SEC to its core mission. Chairman Atkins, the administration's 2025 AI Action Plan encourages the development of regulatory sandboxes at independent agencies, including the SEC. This venue would allow SEC-regulated entities such as broker-dealers, investment advisors, to test new AI tools under structured oversight. Now, I've introduced legislation with Senators Heinrich, Kim, and Tillis that would do just that, bipartisan legislation. Do you believe that our legislation would give the SEC the tools it needs to foster responsible AI innovation, and could it serve as a useful model as the SEC implements the AI action plan?
Thank you, Senator. I haven't actually had the opportunity to review your language. Happy to do that and discuss it. But the premise, I agree with you very much. That I think it would be very useful, and I've been talking about an innovation exemption to begin that at the SEC to allow entrepreneurs in a sandbox-like environment that's cabined by time. It's cabined, time-limited, transparent, flexible, and then focused on investor protection. So all of those principles, I think are important, and to allow people to try different things in a particular environment and then prove their concept.
It's not going away, is it?
No.
No. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.